Have you already talked yourself out of becoming a LinkedIn creator? Well, you're not alone. Most people do that before they even start because they look at social media and think there is just no room left. There's too many voices, too many posts, too many people doing it better, faster, louder, so they convince themselves that they're already too late. And that is exactly how most creators lose before they even show up. But I'm gonna be real and just say that you aren't too late. You've probably just been looking in the wrong places and you've probably got yourself into a bit of a bad mindset. Everybody is obsessed with TikTok, with Instagram, YouTube Shorts, but if you have a product or a service to sell and the way that you market your offer is through content creation, the real opportunity right now isn't on those platforms, it's on LinkedIn. Now, I don't say that lightly. I've been creating content on LinkedIn for probably over 5 years now. I've reached more than 65 million views. I've generated £1.5 million of revenue for my businesses with no ads, no cold outreach, just good content that converts into customers. What's kind of cool here is that I've done this with a relatively small network, around 35,000 followers to be specific. Because on LinkedIn, you don't need millions of followers, you just need the right message in front of the right people as much as possible. So let me ask you this. If you know that your content can help people, if you've got value to share, if you've got a product that solves a problem and a service that can really change people's lives, why aren't you using this platform that's been designed for this exact thing? Most people think that LinkedIn is just a job board, a place for CVs and company updates, which granted, many years ago it was exactly that, but that's not really where it is anymore. LinkedIn has become the most powerful content platform for what I call professional creators. It's where your target audience already spends time, business owners, decision makers, and customers with real buying intent, but most of them don't follow creators yet, not in the way that they do on other platforms at least. This means that you've got what is coined as the first mover advantage. People on LinkedIn are craving content that educates, informs, and inspires, but most of what they get is corporate fluff, which is exactly why you can stand out by showing up with actual value. So let me show you how to do exactly that without burning out, overthinking every post, or wasting hours chasing vanity metrics. The first shift is mindset. You're not here to just entertain, you're here to build trust. And trust on LinkedIn converts faster than anywhere else because people aren't scrolling for fun, they're scrolling for solutions. And when your content positions you as someone who gets it, someone who can help, and someone who shows up consistently, you'll become the person that they trust most. And the beautiful thing here is that trust leads to conversations, and having great conversations with the right types of people leads to conversions. Simple. But here is where most new creators go wrong. They think that it's about showing up perfectly, having the right words, the right hook, the right strategy, and so they freeze. Meanwhile, the creators who win are the ones who just start. They post, they share their point of view, they speak in their voice, and little by little, their content builds something bigger. A professional reputation. And that's really what we're talking about here. You're not just building content, you're building reputation equity. The more you post, the more people start to see you as the one who knows what they're talking about. So let me give you a super simple system to follow to make this actually work for yourself. Step 1, get clear on what you want to be known for. It's not about your job title, it's about your positioning. What space do you want to own in someone's mind? For example, when viewers think content, I want them to think of me. When they think of personal brand design, should that be you? Pick your own space and own it. Step 2, build 3 content pillars around that space. Now, that could be your expertise and frameworks, behind the scenes stories from your business, client results and lessons that you've learned. Whatever it is, that is your choice to make, but it's an important one because you've now got a repeatable structure that never runs dry, which is great. Step 3, create a simple weekly posting rhythm. Here's one that I tend to give most new creators. 1 value post, something that teaches, simplifies, or explains. 1 story post, something real and human that builds trust. And 1 sales post, a transformation, a success story, or a client result. That's 3 posts a week. Doesn't sound overwhelming, but it's more than most people manage in a month. Trust me, I've been doing this for a long time and I've pretty much seen it all. Step 4, optimize for consistency and not perfection. Set time limits on how long you spend creating. You're not writing a thesis, you're writing a LinkedIn post, so 30 seconds max, done is better than perfect, and what matters most is momentum. Step 5, remember the 80-20 rule. 80% of your content should follow a proven format that works, and the other 20% experiment. Try new angles, hooks, bold opinions, test, learn, adapt, and that's how you keep growing. And finally, step number 6, systemize everything. Batch your ideas, repurpose your best posts, reuse proven formats, and don't sit there staring at a blank screen every time. Build a process so that content becomes a rhythm and not a chore. Look, if you're not creating content on LinkedIn this year, you aren't building trust. And if you're not building trust, you're invisible online. It's that simple. We are in the game of attention, and without people consuming your content, they will scroll past potentially hundreds of others that are also doing it right now. And that's just the blunt situation that you're in. But the good news, you don't need to be the loudest, you just need to be the clearest, the most consistent, and the most useful. That is what LinkedIn and rewards. That's what people respond to, and that's how you grow a business through content and not just a passive online audience. Now, if you want support in getting started, I break this stuff down every week inside my free newsletter. No fluff, no theory, just practical systems, strategies, and content ideas that you can start to use today. And if you're serious about creating better content to market your product or your service, and you want the tools, the support, and the accountability to build your content properly, you'll also get sent a private link to get instant access to the Content Club. It's my community where I help creators like you seriously level up. The link will be inside your first email, so keep your eyes peeled. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to check out this other video that I created around content creation that's going to help you to level up your content right away. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do. I post weekly videos as much as I possibly can. Touch wood, it's not always weekly, but it's always around content creation and helping you to market your business. So until then, I shall see you in next week's video. Ciao.